Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to another training episode. Today's episode is going to be about another charting pattern, head and shoulders and inverse head and shoulders. Okay, so I got this image online. We're going to go find some real head and shoulders here in a little while. Just pick a chart and see where I can find one at. So the head and shoulder pattern is this pattern here. It's a reversal pattern. You'll see in an uptrend. You don't see these in downtrends, guys. So you'll see these in an uptrend, okay, going up. It is a reversal pattern, so this is a trend reversal pattern that's going to go the other way. So it's an uptrend that's going to turn to a downtrend. So, like I said, it's formed by three peaks, but not all even. And you got one here, and one here. There's a first peak, it's the left shoulder right here. Then it's a slightly higher peak, or the head right here. And then a slightly lower peak from the head, followed by another shoulder. It's known as a right shoulder. So this is the left shoulder, the head, then a slightly lower peak. Most of the time, pinpoint even with that left shoulder or lower peak. You can see the example here, but they will certainly not always be as pretty and easy to find. I wanted to show this example because it was easy to identify, pretty easy to find, and it's a really good example. Now that you know exists, your brain will start to find these patterns more often, and you'll be able to identify them and know how to trade them. So some people will trade the right shoulder down. Some people will trade the head. Some people identify the top of the trend and know this is the right shoulder and trade the next leg, okay? Because this is no more than a finishing leg of an uptrend. And then why we trade here in this area, this is known as a neckline. The most important part of this formation, and it's drawn connecting the two lowest points of the three peaks, like here and here. Connecting these points. It's kind of a downwards angle. You can see them straight across, you can see them upwards, or you can see them downwards. Now, if you see them downwards on the uptrend with all three peaks, this is a very strong signal that price will break down and continue. So the slope can sometimes be up, straight, and down. So like I said, down is stronger. Orders for this trade are below the neckline. It should drop to the distance from the head to the neckline. So that's what you measure the distance. So you'd measure from the head here to the neckline here. And then you would take that measurement, move it from here, and it should go down and measure where your target should be. So the entry would be below the neckline. It should break down, retest, and drop straight through. You can set a sell order in this area. And then this is what should happen. The distance between the head and the neckline, and then the distance between the head and the neckline. So I thought it's a very good illustration of the neckline and the head and shoulder pattern playing all together. So now you can see it's like a mountaintop. You've got the left shoulder, the right shoulder, and the head in the middle. So it's a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder, a lower peak, a higher peak, and a lower peak, followed by the neckline. Neckline breaks here. Okay, this is where it breaks. This is kind of like a retest here, so you can get in on one of these three candles once you know that this thing's heading down. And then you see a nice drop. So now there's an opposite of this. There's an inverse head and shoulder. Well, the only difference between an inverse head and shoulder and a head and shoulder is an inverse head and shoulder is only found on a downtrend, not an uptrend. The same rules apply, but you're not always going to, but you're going to be longing here instead of shorting, and I will show you an example. So we're in a downtrend. We got a left shoulder, comes up, meets a peak, comes down, a little bit further of a drop, finds support, comes up back to the neckline. Now we've got a neckline form. Notice this one is straight. And then we got a right shoulder forming. Now some people trade this to the neckline. You could trade to the neckline, take your profit, wait for it to break through. If it breaks through and confirms that it is breaking the neckline, then we will take another trade and trade the breakdown. Now the breakdown should be from the neckline to the top of the head, as shown here in this perfect example. So remember, guys, identifying these on any chart will give you an idea of where the market could go next. If you've been in a continuous downtrend and it starts to form these mountain peaks, you are looking for an uptrend to be formed, whether it's a strong uptrend on a big chart or a weak uptrend on a lower chart. It really depends on which chart you're on, but you will identify these on every single chart And just to prove that, I will go to the charts now and see what we can find. Okay, right now we have Bitcoin up. So let's look at Bitcoin. See what we can find. I want to go. I want to find a really nice one. So let's go to the daily so I can see more of the chart. Okay. Here's one right here. I hope you guys can see it. Right there. Okay. Let me spell it out for you. You go right here to patterns, head and shoulder. Start here, 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 to the lower peak. So this would be an inverse. Now the right shoulder, an inverse, head and shoulder. Now, we could take a measurement tool just like this trend line. We can go from here to here. This is the break of the neckline. Actually, it's more like that. Okay, so there you go. Wait. Neckline. And there's your measurement tool. This is where it stops in here. Yeah, it went up a little bit more, but you can see that this is the area where it came up, back down, and you would get out of this trade. So there is an inverse head and shoulder. Here is a double top. You know, we talked about this M formation yesterday. That's a double top, one top, two tops. You know, another double top here. Bottom of a downtrend. What are we seeing? Inverse head and shoulder. We go up, we come back down. So that's all I have for you today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and we'll have many more lessons to come. For those of you that are brand new, this is the first video you watch. If you go down to the description below, you're going to see a free ebook. There's a link there. Okay, it's a cryptocurrency consumer guide, and you guys will be able to take advantage of a lot of free information, a lot of free value, our best kept secrets and strategies. There's also some free information inside that link from Cody Sperber, the clever investor himself. He's given away a free training series completely made right here inside the Alliance, so don't miss out on that. See you guys tomorrow on the next training video. You guys enjoy your day and trade safe.